question is about the courses.
Courses.
What reflections you have on courses taught, and I have prepared a little list of courses you taught. I think it's important to mention.
I have no recollection of those events, Counselor.
As long as they sound like courses I'd like to take.
Well, I've taken some of them, they were great. So, Bill Rosenberg, your research interests include Russia, Soviet Union, comparative revolutionary movements, and the archives. And you have taught courses on Imperial Russia, studies in modern Russian history, survey of Russia, the Soviet Union and its successive states, Russia under the Tsars, St. Petersburg, Leningrad, St. Petersburg, city as history. You also taught together with Francis Boyan, director of the Bentley Library, and a course on archives and social memory. Can you reflect on some of the courses you taught?
Well, I would say, since we're reminiscing, I would say that one of the things that we paid attention to collectively in the olden days, as we were starting to say, was what the curriculum looked like. So I mentioned before that we had fairly lively faculty meetings. I think we met every month, and I think the executive committee met every week.
It seemed that way.
Or maybe every other week.
Yeah, I don't know.
But one of the issues, why would we have so much, not that we like meetings, but there are lots of issues that we needed to discuss. What should the curriculum look like? What should training look like? What would we need to do to have good training? So these courses, some of these courses are just ordinary, nothing particularly unique or special about them. Any good institution will offer these sorts of courses. I think that over the years, though, the course that CREES itself sponsored, first in the Russian area 395, and then later in the East European area, it came out of the synergies that we're talking about. We thought it was very important not only to introduce different perspectives to the students who were being trained in this area. These were always very successful courses. That was the first course I taught the very first semester I came. Was that one of the courses was the Imperial Russian. The next course, and the other course was the CREES course. Incidentally, I taught all the sections of the CREES course, 7 of them. I didn't know better when I first came. In the fall of 1967, I had 7 sections of CREES, 4 discussion sections, and 3-hour meetings that I attended. So, but it was great, and I got to know the faculty and so on and so forth. Over the years, I think the courses have become richer as the disciplinary boundaries have become weaker. And I think that in my own courses, and I think in most of our courses, we have introduced perspectives and approaches, anthropological, cultural, social, even linguistic, that we didn't do early on. We would hope there'd be some progress in this area in the 50-odd years or 40-odd years that we've been doing.
There was one great thing about the original Soviet survey course, and that was the nature of the Soviet system. Because the Soviet system penetrated society in ways that almost all other authoritarian systems did not. And so when we did the Soviet survey course, and today today is Tuesday, and tomorrow, and 2 days from now will be Thursday, and we're doing Soviet literature, people could talk about the way in which things like socialist realism are connected to the evolution of the Soviet political system and the evolution of Soviet society, and then you talk about industrialization and the collectivization and what have you. And this again, the theme of the regime's penetration of the system and of people's efforts to work the system and to operate within these heavy constraints, but somehow or other people did work the system, and that gave a kind of intellectual integrity to the course that was sort of built in, and which made it a very people always ask, well, how do you tie these things together? And I'd say, I guess tied together by the Soviet government, and indeed.
I do need to mention some of the courses you've taught. since
Tell
I-
me what courses I've taught.
You have taught Government and Politics of Soviet and Post-Soviet Russia.
True.
Soviet and Russian foreign policy, comparative foreign policy, St. Petersburg and Russian politics.